New information about Ferrari's 2025 car has been revealed. The FIA introduces more rubbish rules, and Antonelli reveals 2025 targets. Do consider subbing to the channel. Let's get into the latest F1 news. Ferrari has officially fired up their new SF25 car, marking a significant milestone as Lewis Hamilton prepares for his inaugural season with the legendary Italian team in F1 2025. The buzz around this moment is palpable, especially since Hamilton made the pivotal move to Ferrari from Mercedes during the winter break. As fans anticipate this new chapter, Hamilton, a seven-time world champion, is immersing himself into Ferrari culture. He recently visited the team's Maranello factory, initiating a phase of intensive private testing that's crucial for gearing up for the upcoming season. The excitement continues as Hamilton got his first experience behind the wheel of a Ferrari F1 car at the Fiorano test track. The preparations soon shift to Barcelona, where the Spanish Grand Prix will take place, adding to the electric atmosphere surrounding the SF25. This transition also brings a fresh narrative for Hamilton, who has a chance to leave behind the controversies of Abu Dhabi 2021 as he embarks on this new journey. Many experts believe that Hamilton's switch to Ferrari is a natural fit, with compelling reasons lining up for this unexpected yet thrilling partnership. However, the road hasn't been without its bumps. Hamilton faced challenges during testings de Wagvatino, including a crash on the second day of running at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. This incident halted his teammate Charles Leclerc's opportunity to get some valuable track time that day. Meanwhile, Ferrari is pushing forward with preparations. They have recently completed a Pirelli tire test in Spain, further contributing to the development of new tires planned for F1 2026. For Hamilton, the next steps in his transition to Ferrari are on the horizon. He's scheduled for another track outing on February 19th, coinciding with the official launch of the SF25, previously codenamed Project 677, early. Following this, he and Leclerc will participate in a brief shakedown test at Fiorano, a precursor to the much-anticipated three-day preseason test in Bahrain from February 26 to 28. The recent fire-up of the SF25 has become a talking point within the F1 community. This historic moment was witnessed by key Ferrari figures, including Deputy Team Principal Jerome D'Ambrosio and Chief Executive Benedetto Vigna, creating a sense of unity and excitement around the team's future. With such a momentous occasion, it's clear that Ferrari is not just looking to compete. They're aiming to reclaim their position at the forefront of Formula One. As the season approaches, Hamilton's first year with Ferrari promises to be groundbreaking, marking a new chapter where he will be utilizing a non-Mercedes engine for the first time since making his debut in 2007. Note, all eyes will be on the SF25 as it prepares to take to the track, and fans can hardly contain their anticipation for what's in store for Hamilton and Ferrari in the coming season. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this intriguing partnership, the implications of Hamilton's move, and what may lie ahead for one of F1's most celebrated figures. Eddie Jordan, the former F1 team owner, stirred the conversation last year when he criticized Ferrari's decision to sign Lewis Hamilton. He suggested that Ferrari's president, John Elkann, must have rocks in his head for opting to replace Carlos Sainz with the British superstar. However, a recent episode of the Formula for Success podcast revealed a shift in Jordan's perspective. After witnessing Hamilton's remarkable debut at Ferrari, Jordan admitted he has changed his tune. He was particularly taken by a striking photograph of Hamilton in a stylish coat, declaring it embodies why Ferrari made the move. Hamilton is simply box office. He emphasized the photograph's impact with nearly 6 million likes on Instagram, stating, "It's a very stylish photograph, and it'll be iconic." This suggests Hamilton's influence transcends the racetrack, resonating deeply with fans around the world. Jordan continued by reflecting on the crowd's enthusiasm for Hamilton, recalling the thousands of Tifosi who came out to support him during a reconnaissance trip. "Just imagine what it's going to be like on Grand Prix Day," he said, clearly anticipating the electric atmosphere Hamilton will bring to the race. He believes Hamilton isn't just a draw for Formula One, but is a global phenomenon. His appeal, especially in the Americas and Asia, adds a commercial layer to Ferrari's decision, further affirming Jordan's change of heart. He concluded, "I'm totally warm to the idea. For all sorts of reasons, particularly commercial, made the right decision." Now turning to Hamilton's competitive edge, he has emerged as a strong contender at Ferrari, raising expectations among fans. With whispers of his potential to win everything, excitement builds around his journey with this iconic team. Yet it's not all smooth sailing. Concerns have arisen regarding Hamilton's recent performances, particularly highlighted by his 1.7-second deficit to teammate Charles Leclerc. This gap raises questions heading into the 2025 season, indicating that while Hamilton is a charismatic figure bringing excitement, he still faces the challenge of delivering on track. As we anticipate the release of the latest season of Drive to Survive, discussions about Hamilton's future, his potential crashes, and the dynamics between him and Ferrari are sure to heat up. Stay tuned for more insights as we explore the thrilling developments in Hamilton's career and the evolving landscape of Formula One. As we dive into the world of Formula One, a fresh narrative has emerged with Andrea Kimi Antonelli making headlines. This young talent is about to embark on an exciting journey as he prepares for his debut season in F1 2025. Following the departure of the legendary Lewis Hamilton to Scuderia Ferrari, the Mercedes team is poised for a transformation. But what does it mean for Antonelli to step into this spotlight? At only 18 years old, Antonelli is set to take the wheel of his Mercedes W16 at the highly anticipated 2025 Australian Grand Prix. For many young racers, such debut pressure could be overwhelming. Yet, in a remarkable show of confidence, Antonelli has made it clear that he doesn't see himself as Hamilton's replacement. Instead, he views this moment as an opportunity to carve out his own identity within the team. In a recent preseason interview with Sky F1, he tackled a challenge that many rookie drivers would likely shy away from. When asked if he felt the immense expectation to fill Hamilton's shoes, Antonelli firmly stated, "I feel like I'm just a new Mercedes driver." This statement resonates deeply as it reflects his intent to bring his unique style to the team rather than simply attempting to replicate the achievements of a racing icon. He expanded on this sentiment by acknowledging Hamilton's significant legacy within the sport. "Of course, saying that I'm replacing Lewis Hamilton, I don't think is really correct," he explained. His candid recognition of Hamilton's contributions highlights not only his respect for his predecessor, but also the realistic approach he brings to the table. Antonelli's focus is clear. He aims to be the next standout driver for Mercedes, working diligently to achieve remarkable results without the weight of directly competing with Hamilton's monumental success. His ambitions of success are rooted in the desire to make a meaningful impact during his inaugural F1 season. Stepping into this competitive arena, Antonelli certainly has high expectations to meet, set not only by himself, but also by the legendary Mercedes team boss, Toto Wolff. With a legacy to maintain and a reputation to uphold, the stakes are undoubtedly high for Antonelli. As we gear up for the upcoming season, the F1 community awaits to see if this young talent can rise to the occasion and begin building his own legacy amidst the echoes of Hamilton's achievements. Will he be able to navigate the intense pressures of his debut year? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, Antonelli is ready to embrace this thrilling new chapter with determination and grit. Toto Wolff has been one of Antonelli's biggest supporters, passionately suggesting that he may have discovered a generational talent in the young Italian racer. Speaking to the official Formula One website, Wolff mentioned Antonelli's long-term integration with the team, emphasizing that, "We've known him since he was 11. With this deep-rooted connection, Antonelli appears more than ready to take on the challenges ahead." Antonelli himself recently shared his ambitious mindset during a Sky F1 interview at an awards ceremony. He confidently stated, "I'm going to go with the mindset of trying to win." However, he tempered his enthusiasm with a dose of realism. "I just joined the grid. I'm in a good team, a great team. I'm with Mercedes," he commented, expressing gratitude for the opportunity. Antonelli is aware of the learning curve ahead, vowing to minimize mistakes and learn race by race. One of the hallmarks of his approach is a commitment to growth and learning from teammates. He pointed out how keen he is to absorb insights from George Russell, calling him a really good driver. He also acknowledged Russell's impressive performance last year, indicating his respect for the team's dynamics and his willingness to adapt. As the 2025 season approaches, all eyes are on Lewis Hamilton and his journey with Ferrari. There's already a buzz surrounding Hamilton's potential to succeed, despite a recent 1.7-second deficit to teammate Charles Leclerc, generating fresh discussions about the challenges he'll face. Meanwhile, the excitement builds with the launch of Drive to Survive, set to immerse fans deeper into the behind-the-scenes drama of Formula One. With so much happening in the world of motorsport, keep an eye on the F1 race schedule and the updates from your favorite teams. From driver insights to race times, there's plenty for fans to tune into this season. Whether it's a celebration of success or navigating the hurdles ahead, the adrenaline of racing keeps us all on the edge of our seats. In the world of Formula One, controversy is never far behind. And recently, the FIA has ignited a debate that has fans and teams alike questioning the future of team communications during races. Starting in 2025, the FIA is looking at implementing measures that could lead to drivers losing championship points for behavior deemed inappropriate, an initiative clearly aimed at upholding standards in the sport. The concept of what constitutes moral injury remains somewhat vague. Yet, one thing is clear: the FIA is transforming its approach towards driver conduct. In a recent interview, FIA President Ben Sulayem discussed potential measures being considered by the federation, including the significant move to halt the broadcasting of team radios. This change could overhaul how we experience F1 races by limiting insights into real-time driver communications. In past seasons, driver behavior such as profanity wasn't often at the forefront of discussions. While there have been isolated incidents, they rarely escalated into major controversies. With Formula One management bleeping out swear words in team radio transmissions, this topic hadn't previously sparked major outrage. However, the atmosphere shifted dramatically last season when Max Verstappen found himself in hot water after receiving a penalty for swearing during a press conference. This incident ignited a wave of support from his fellow drivers, showcasing a united front against the FIA's handling of such situations. The Grand Prix Drivers Association, in their statement from last November, didn't hold back in urging President Sulayem to reflect on his own tone and language when speaking to drivers. This plea highlights the growing frustrations on both sides as the tension between drivers and the FIA escalates. With changes to the sporting code allowing for harsher penalties for repeat offenses that could hint at inappropriate behavior, the FIA appears poised to strengthen its grip on driver conduct. As the new regulations approach, the spotlight intensifies on how drivers interact not only with each other but with the governing body itself. As we approach the 2025 season, the proposed ban on broadcasting team radios adds yet another layer to the evolving relationship between drivers and the FIA. There's a palpable sense of urgency surrounding the need for clear communication, or perhaps a lack thereof, in the heat of competition. It's fascinating to think about how this could change the viewer experience. Fans have always relished the raw, unfiltered exchanges between drivers and their teams, providing insights into the pressures and emotions of racing. If these communications vanish from the broadcasts, it raises questions about fan engagement and the sport's transparency. In essence, the FIA's contemplated moves shine a light on the intricate balance between maintaining decorum in F1 and the openness that fans have cherished. As debates continue to surface regarding these potential changes, one thing is certain: the landscape of Formula One is shifting, and all eyes will be on how these new regulations unfold. Stay tuned for updates as we dive deeper into the specifics of these proposed changes and their implications for the future of F1 racing. The evolving dynamics between drivers and the FIA promise to make the upcoming seasons more compelling than ever before. As we look ahead, it's clear that the upcoming season is shrouded in uncertainty. The conversations surrounding these potential changes will undoubtedly dominate discussions in the lead up to the season. The clock is ticking as preseason testing approaches, and drivers are certain to face probing questions about their stance on the new measures. With the first race in Australia looming, you can expect a flurry of opinions from drivers and stakeholders alike, which could amplify tensions. Will they embrace the FIA's direction, or will there be a collective resistance? Given the vocal passion of both drivers and fans, a backlash seems likely. Historically, any significant changes in regulations can stir strong emotions, and this situation appears no different. The environment could be quite volatile as we kick off the 2025 championship. What will the mood be like when that green flag waves? Imagines. The looming question is whether the FIA will stick to their guns in enforcing these regulations or if they will bend to external pressures. This dynamic will certainly shape the narrative of the upcoming season, where every comment and decision could lead to widespread implications. Change can be arduous, especially in a sport as rich in tradition as Formula One. The relationship between the FIA and the drivers is evolving, and it will be fascinating to see how both sides navigate this critical juncture. In the meantime, the NASCAR community is also making headlines. This year's Hall of Fame induction ceremony is loaded with historic figures, showcasing the legacy of the sport. Among those being celebrated is Carl Edwards, an unforgettable name in stock car racing. He has often been discussed as one of the greatest to never clinch a championship, and his induction is long overdue. Meanwhile, Angela Cullen's arrival at Ferrari alongside Lewis Hamilton brings another layer to the narrative. As they gear up for the 2025 season, one has to wonder how her experience will influence Hamilton's performance and integration within Ferrari. And let's not forget Alex Dunn, making his leap to Formula 2 with Roden Motorsport, highlighting the continual progression of talent through the ranks of motorsport. Stay tuned as these stories unfold, and we navigate this thrilling landscape of both Formula One and NASCAR. Johnny Herbert's exit from his role as an FIA steward has sparked significant discussion, particularly regarding the issue of conflict of interest. Recently, Mohammed bin Sulayem, the FIA president, addressed this development, acknowledging that Herbert's position became untenable due to his conflicting roles. The FIA announced that Johnny Herbert would no longer serve as a steward ahead of the 2025 Formula One season. This decision was made following Herbert's outspoken media commentary throughout the previous year, which the governing body labeled incompatible with the responsibilities of an official steward's role during race weekends. The controversy surrounding Herbert escalated when he criticized Max Verstappen's approach after the young driver received two 10-second penalties during the Mexican Grand Prix. Jos Verstappen, Max's father, voiced his concerns about this perceived conflict of interest, suggesting that Herbert's comments undermined the integrity of the stewards panel. Prior to his exit, Herbert had been expected to officiate at the next F1 race in Australia. However, the reversal happened just before the opening Grand Prix of the season. Following the announcement, the 60-year-old offered a brief statement emphasizing the importance of impartiality and respect in the role of stewards. He asserted that stewards have a vital duty to treat both drivers and team personnel fairly during race weekends. During an event at the Garama circuit, bin Sulayem elaborated on Herbert's situation further. He clarified that Herbert indeed understood the conflict of interest that had arisen from his dual roles as a journalist and steward. Bin Sulayem remarked that a steward must maintain impartiality, stating that it's inappropriate for one to express personal opinions as a media personality while acting as a referee in the races. He acknowledged Herbert's contributions, noting that he appreciated the opportunity the FIA had provided him. Herbert's departure also coincides with broader changes within the FIA, as they announced plans to develop a new officials department aimed at nurturing the next generation of motorsport officials. This initiative reflects the FIA's commitment to enhancing professionalism within the organization, as emphasized by Nicholas Tombazis, the single-seater director. Overall, this series of events surrounding Johnny Herbert serves as a crucial reminder of the delicate balance required in the high-stakes world of Formula One, where the roles of media and officiating must be distinct to uphold the sport's integrity. Bin Sulayem, the president of the FIA, has been vocal about the need for change at the governing body of motorsport. He emphasizes the importance of introducing new blood among officials and stewards, which he believes is essential for the future of motorsport. In his words, "Our selection should be wider, highlighting the necessity for a diverse pool of talent to support the industry." In light of recent staffing adjustments, there's growing consensus among team leaders about the decisions being made. Christian Horner, the Red Bull team principal, has reiterated that the FIA's choice to part ways with Johnny Herbert was the right move, firmly stating, "It has absolutely nothing to do with Max." Horner stressed that having stewards who engage with the media poses a conflict of interest. He noted, "You don't have it in the Premiership or any other professional sport," asserting the need for clear boundaries between the responsibilities of stewards and the media. As the FIA prepares for F1 2025, Ben Sulayem confirmed that the role of race director will shift to being shared by multiple individuals. This decision comes in the wake of another turbulent season, characterized by the departure of race director Niels Wittich just ahead of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. The FIA is now selecting a new team of race directors, with the number of officials to be determined in the coming days. These recent developments signal a foundational shift within the FIA as it aims to establish a clearer, more effective governance structure. The introduction of new stewards alongside a diverse array of race directors is poised to enhance transparency and fairness within the sport, ensuring that racing decisions are made without any external influence. As we look towards the future of Formula One, it's clear that these changes are more than just logistical adjustments. They represent a significant transformation in how motorsport governance will function, aiming for integrity and clarity as the sport continues to evolve in the modern era. Stay tuned as we continue to follow these developments and their implications for the thrilling sport we all love.